When Manchester United signed Senne Lammens, nobody cared. Too young, too inexperienced, just a Belgian backup who couldn't start at Club Brugge. He arrived not as a saviour, but as an afterthought, a name whispered in doubt, wrapped in criticism, ignored by almost everyone. But sometimes, football hides its biggest answers inside the questions nobody bothers asking. Because while the headlines mocked the signing, Lammens sharpened in silence. While the experts dismissed him, he studied every weakness.
And as we mentioned, Jules, the reason we're having this conversation is when you looked at Manchester City, a goalkeeper wasn't a priority, which of course is quite the opposite to the red side of Manchester. When you think, right, a goalkeeper like Donnarumma would be perfect for them, surely just to bring a little bit of experience and stability into the back. Why didn't that happen?
While United searched for stability, he quietly became the calm inside their storm. And the moment he stepped onto the pitch, the doubts stopped. The noise froze. A forgotten name turned into an unbreakable wall. He wasn't supposed to become a guardian. He wasn't supposed to become a leader. He wasn't supposed to become United's next Van der Sar. But he did. And to truly understand why his rise feels like a miracle, you have to understand the disaster he walked into. Because before Lammens, Manchester United's goalkeeper position was collapsing into crisis, and that's where our story begins.
He looks first time, too close to Onana, he's dropped it, Jorginho! An attack, instead he's picking the ball out the net. Jorginho, first time, far too close to Onana. That is awful goalkeeping. He can't have expected it, squirmed away from Onana.
Oh, this chipped effort is going to be really close. Oh, what a goal effort. United 0, Lone 1.
Give the ball away like the lowest done.
Manchester United are behind.
For too long, the behemoth that is Manchester United has been built on sand. For a club synonymous with fortress-like defences, the very foundational layer, the man between the sticks, had become the team's most volatile, most fragile weakness. The departure of a fading, yet still elite, David De Gea in 2023.
So David De Gea has announced after 12 years at Manchester United that he's left the club, he won't be going back, his contract expired on June the 30th as we know, and there was a talk between the club and De Gea to try and resolve the situation whereby he would stay on a reduced contract, but that offer no longer stands. De Gea left the club as a free agent last week, and we've had this kind of...
was meant to usher in a new, modern era. An era where the goalkeeper wasn't just a shot stopper, but a quarterback. A genuine 11th outfield player capable of starting attacks under pressure.
The save from Manchester United's #1.
The man chosen to shoulder this monumental task, Andre Onana.
Eric Ten Hag, United's manager, has clearly moved on. He's targeted Andre Onana, the Inter Milan goalkeeper, who he had at Ajax, who's a much more Ten Hag-style goalkeeper, good with his feet, plays much more advanced than De Gea, who's happy to come out of his penalty area and be a sweeper almost.
His arrival from Inter Milan was hailed as a tactical masterpiece. A goalkeeper capable of sublime defence-splitting passes. But the reality that unfolded at Old Trafford was one of maddening inconsistency. Onana's tenure was a Jekyll and Hyde nightmare, a constant anxiety-inducing lottery. We saw moments of genius, a miraculous double save to keep the team in a game. Only for it to be instantly forgotten by a calamitous spill, a wild punch, or a mistimed rush off the line. He didn't just concede goals, he conceded points. The errors weren't just mistakes, they were catastrophes that sapped the confidence from the entire back line. The goals prevented metric, the key statistical indicator of a top-class shot stopper, saw his rating plummet from promising heights to one of the lowest in the league. The foundation was crumbling, and the Premier League's ruthless forwards smelt blood.
Nemanja Matic, now with Lyon, called Andre Onana one of the worst goalkeepers in the club's history. Matic.
If you are one of the worst goalkeepers in Man United history, you need to take care what you are talking. You know, if David De Gea or Peter Schmeichel or Van der Sar say that, then I will question myself. But if you are one of the statistically the worst goalkeepers in Man United modern history, then you know he needs to show that before he says so. We will see.
Then there was the backup, Altay Bayender. Brought in to provide competition, what he provided instead was further proof of the club's goalkeeping malaise. Given fleeting chances, he offered little in the way of convincing stability. In one crucial early season outing, a key error directly gifted the opposition a winning goal. Bayender was not the man to usurp Onana. He was simply a temporary bandage on a gaping wound. Manchester United entered the 2025/2026 season with a crisis of confidence in their goalkeeping ranks. The debate was endless. Is Onana worth the risk for his distribution? Can he ever find consistency? Why is the backup so unconvincing? The answer, the only answer that mattered, was simple. Manchester United needed a goalkeeper who was reliably good. Not sometimes spectacular, not occasionally competent, but reliably good. And so, on a desperate summer deadline day, they turned to a 23-year-old Belgian from Royal Antwerp. A relative unknown outside of data-driven scouting circles. They signed Senne Lammens. The name Senne Lammens did not carry the weight of a $50 million signing. It did not come with the Champions League pedigree of an Onana. But for those who understood the metrics of modern goalkeeping, the data screamed a different, compelling story. Before the Premier League spotlight, before the Theatre of Dreams, there was the UEFA Youth League. December 11th, 2019. Club Brugge U19S versus the Giants, Real Madrid. It was the final group game. Brugge needed a draw to progress to the knockout rounds. The score was 2-1 to Real Madrid. The clock ticked past 90 minutes. Deep into stoppage time, Brugge win a corner. And then, you see it. The sight that sends a thrill of panic and hope through every football arena. The goalkeeper, the last line of defense, charging forward. It's whipped in, deep, near the penalty spot. A sea of bodies rises, but taller than them all, more determined than any striker, is the 17-year-old Senne Lammens. He connects. A powerful bullet header, dipping perfectly, leaving the Real Madrid keeper statuesque. Goal. A goalkeeper scoring a crucial, late equalizer against Real Madrid to send his side through. It was a footnote in the grand history of European football, but it told you everything you needed to know about Lammens. Courage, commitment, and a willingness to step up when all seemed lost. That moment, more than any save, defined his ambition. It set the stage for his breakthrough at Royal Antwerp, where his shot-stopping statistics, especially in the 2024/2025 season, were simply peerless in the Belgian Pro League. He was earning praise for an 81% save percentage and a staggering 14.5 goals prevented metric. The scouts were watching. The pressure was mounting on United, and when the call came, Lammens was ready. Lammens, a 6'4" imposing figure, arrived from Royal Antwerp for a reported €21 million. His transfer was not driven by reputation, but by raw, undeniable statistics from the 2024/25 Belgian Pro League. Let us look at the numbers that convinced the Old Trafford hierarchy. Lammens logged a staggering 173 saves in the Belgian Pro League, the most recorded in the top 10 European leagues that season. This wasn't a fluke. It was a testament to his sheer workload and exceptional reflexes. He wasn't just a volume shot stopper. He was an elite, consistent difference maker. But the Lammens profile offered more than just reflexes. The analysis showed a keeper whose command of his area was vastly superior to his predecessors. Aerial ability. Lammens is an absolute dominator of the penalty box. His numbers for claiming crosses were in the 99th percentile for his peer group. Where Onana and Bayender often stayed glued to their line, inviting pressure from every corner and free kick, Lammens is decisive, aggressive, and has the height and reach to snatch danger out of the air. This single quality instantly provided a psychological boost to a United defence that had grown weary of aerial uncertainty. The conclusion was clear. Manchester United had signed a goalkeeper who promised to deliver the most precious commodity of all, stability. Lammens arrived not as the guaranteed number one, but as fierce competition. Yet, in the tumultuous world of Premier League football, reliability beats reputation every single time. It took only a few weeks of training, a few key performances in cup fixtures, and a clear drop in confidence from Onana for the young Belgian to get his chance. When he finally stepped out at Old Trafford for his Premier League debut, the air was thick with expectation and a palpable sense of anxiety that only the United faithful truly understand. But Lammens, cool and composed, appeared completely immune to the pressure. His early performances were not about world-class theatrics. They were about a complete and total return to competence. The routine stops. The shots that Onana would sometimes fumble, the ones that would require 2 attempts to gather, Lammens secured cleanly, pushing danger away, not back into the central channel. The crosses. For the first time in years, the United defence could actually trust their goalkeeper on a corner. Lammens was seen emerging through crowded boxes, plucking the ball out of the air with authority. The defensive line pushed higher, the anxiety dropped. He was hailed by pundits and fans alike as a breath of fresh air, not because he was doing anything revolutionary, but because he was doing the simple things flawlessly. His debut brought a clean sheet and a man-of-the-match performance for his goals-prevented figure. The change in the team's psychology was the most profound shift. The defenders no longer felt the need to second-guess their keeper. The team, as a whole, felt more solid. Lammens' impact was immediate and measurable. While the overall defensive structure remains a work in progress under Ruben Amorim, Lammens has provided the non-negotiable bedrock that had been missing. He doesn't seek the spectacular, he merely seeks certainty. The message is clear: I am just Senne Lammens, and I am here to do my job. His Manchester United debut came on October 4, 2025, against newly promoted Sunderland. A 2-0 victory, and crucially, United's first clean sheet of the season. The overall performance was marked by a new sense of calm in the box. Lammens wasn't just saving shots, he was claiming crosses with authority, barking commands, and moving the ball with purpose. The clean sheet was preserved. The Belgian wall had arrived. The early win provided a much-needed lift, but the real tests lay ahead. A run of fixtures designed to break the spirit. The first genuine crucible, an away trip to Anfield. United were under siege in the first half. Liverpool's relentless press, the sound of the Kop roaring. It was chaos. But Lammens, in the eye of the storm, was a pillar of marble. United went on to snatch a crucial 2-1 victory, and Lammens was universally hailed as the match winner. Next up, a free-flowing Brighton side at Old Trafford. Brighton, known for their intricate passing and ability to find gaps in defence. In a frantic 4-2 victory, Lammens' defining moment wasn't a one-on-one, but a save that demonstrated his aerial command and pure athletic power. His impressive cross-stopping stats from Antwerp translated perfectly. The trip to Nottingham Forest was a turbulent 2-2 draw, characterised by mistakes up the pitch. The defence was stretched. Lammens had to become the emergency defender. The best save here came from a long-range effort, a dipping, swerving shot from fully 30 yards. It's a knuckleball, impossible to track. But Lammens, with his feet planted and his eyes locked on the ball, takes one sharp lateral step. Instead of pushing it back into danger, he executes a controlled, powerful two-handed push over the bar. It's the simplest of saves, done with the highest level of technique. No spillage, no theatrics, just efficient, solid goalkeeping. That save preserved the draw and the vital point, but reliable does not mean lacking brilliance. Every great Manchester United goalkeeper, from Schmeichel to Van der Sar to the prime De Gea, has had a moment, a single game-defining intervention that proves they are capable of not just doing their job, but winning the game single-handedly. That moment came for Senne Lammens in the crunch Premier League clash against Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Palhinha unleashed a screaming, low-driven volley through the traffic of players in the box. This was a goal-bound missile, destined to nestle in the corner. The entire Spurs bench rose. The stadium held its breath. But Senne Lammens was already moving. He didn't dive. He unfurled. He stretched his massive frame, his eyes locked on the ball, and got an outstretched boot to the shot. A powerful kick save that David De Gea himself would have been proud of. And again, crucially, he steered the ball out of the central channel and away for a corner. This was not just a save, it was the validation of the Lammens signing. It proved that the young Belgian wasn't just a reliable foundation. He possessed the elite, shot-stopping brilliance required to change the course of a title race caliber match. It was the moment Lammens truly became Manchester United's #1. Ruben Amorim's football is chess. Every piece matters, and the goalkeeper is his queen, not just reactive, but creative. With Onana, it was risk and flair. With Lammens, it's rhythm and precision. He doesn't gamble, he calculates. It's quiet genius, invisible control that only tactical minds appreciate. Van der Sar gave Ferguson peace of mind. Lammens gives Amorim the same. Schmeichel was fire. Van der Sar was ice. De Gea was reflex. Lammens is balance. He's not trying to become a legend, he's trying to become reliable, and that's what United have lacked for years. In every Amorim build-up, you can trace the heartbeat, and it begins at Lammens' boots. Just like Van der Sar's pass to Rooney once started United's counter-attack in 2008, Lammens' calm in 2025 may be the foundation of Amorim's next great era. Why did no one notice? Because football today celebrates noise, not nuance. But sometimes, greatness whispers. Senne Lammens may never roar like Schmeichel or fly like De Gea, but he brings back something United lost long ago: peace. So when people ask who replaced Van der Sar, remember this moment. The Belgian boy who didn't need headlines to make history. Because United found their next Van der Sar, and no one noticed. If you felt this story, subscribe for more football narratives that look beyond the stats, into the soul of the game. Because legends aren't born under lights, they're built in silence.